All right. Are we going?
Are we go?
We are go. Thunderbirds are go.
Excuse me, before we get going, I would just like to self-report.
Oh, drugs?
Has to be. Not drugs.
Oh,
no, not drugs.
Not drugs.
Not this time.
Okay.
Not drugs. It's been picked up a little bit on social media, and I'd like to apologise to our family. And I've done it again today, and I would just like to say...
It's not Mopri.
I'm wearing way too many Ralph Lauren tops, and I just want to apologise to everybody in the room. It's sycophantic, pathetic, can we still be friends type behaviour, and I apologise.
Well, this goes back a long way.
It does.
When did we start working on radio?
I know when it was. It was 2011.
Okay, so in 2011, I didn't know what a horse or a bloke on a horse with a polo stick was.
That's correct.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was some fancy clothing thing. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. I thought he might have been involved with a club.
Yeah.
So you introduced me to it.
Yep.
And then I kind of, it's like when
you got a little roll there for a while.
It's kind of like when someone you know buys a Peugeot and you're driving through traffic and you never ever notice Peugeots. But when you know someone's bought one, you actually
That's
go,
it.
oh, here you go. That's
exactly
Jack's
right.
Peugeot. I was then picking up on Ralph Lauren.
Years ago.
Years and years and years ago. But I'm going to say this. If anything, you are consistent.
Yeah.
Since 2011, we're now in 2024.
Yeah.
You have worn every colour.
I've worn the shit out of it. Let's be honest.
Every style of Ralph there has ever been. And in fact, if you haven't got a sponsorship deal off them by now, I think it's time to move on.
You know what the story is too? That my kids and my wife now pick up on it. So for my birthday or Father's Day, what do they get me?
Ralph.
Some kind of Ralph Lauren something, because they know I like it. They know I'll wear it.
You've got a scarf too of Ralph Lauren, haven't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Are you otherwise hard to buy for? So is that like an easy present that they know?
It's an easy present that they know they'll see on me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it lasts so long, Other brands, it doesn't last long. They wash and it's a disaster.
They have one big problem.
What's that?
What's their market? Who are they targeting?
Wealthy types, wankers. Wealthy wanker type.
Oh, I'll go 2 steps further.
Yeah.
Wealthy, wankers, skinny Asians.
Really?
Hang on. So there's a lot to unpack there. Wealthy, wanky, skinny Asian people.
Yeah. So they don't have to be all of them. But their market is right. Like they sell millions of them in Asia.
In Asia?
Oh, huge. You go to, whether it's...
I haven't been to Asia for 20 years.
Yeah, anywhere you go, but it's everywhere. Like from India to, it is huge over there. So my point is they don't make big sizes.
That's true.
They don't go to XXXL or quadruple XL for you, Dan. So it's...
And there's the thin brand as well.
Jesus. Really?
And there's the athletic.
So I can't fit into it.
Yeah.
I can fit into Hugo or I can fit into Gant because they're German and good European brands. But this Ralph bloke, I'm telling you now, start upsizing.
Yeah, I apologise.
Actually, can I give someone else a bit of a slap too at the same time?
Yeah, go on.
Titleist.
Why?
Titleist.
No, you can't. They're our mate. We are brand ambassadors for Titleist. We're in Team Titleist.
They don't make XXXL.
You're not XXXL.
I am XXXL in their sizing, and all I want is XXXL jumpers because you never play golf with a jumper without having something underneath.
So you're talking about the athletic fit stuff.
Yeah, I don't want athletic. I want actually a bit of looseness when I'm playing.
So
golf.
I would have thought XXL would have had you covered nicely.
It fits, but not when I'm playing golf.
Oh, I see.
Because you need extra size when you're swinging the golf club.
Yeah, I understand.
So I rang up the boss,
Nick Arnold.
And I said, Nick,
what a man. XXXL.
He said, leave it to me. Came back to me within 2 minutes. He said, we don't do them.
Unbelievable.
And you know what? I'll even take it one step further. He sent a message to his product manager, and he said, do we have any XXXLs for overweight ex-AFL players? That's how he worded it.
Well, he copied you in, did he?
He copied me in. I said, oh, thanks, mate. So, anyway, that's okay. You're not, Marko, that's who you are. Actually, that's a Ralph one today.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm apologising.
That's a Ralph skivvy.
It's a long sleeve polo.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
I call it a skivvy with a collar. That's what it looks like.
A trivia question for you guys. You may know maybe this is really common knowledge. I don't know. But do you know the very famous sitcom where Titleist got a mention in?
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Yeah,
okay.
Seinfeld. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
all right.
Titleist.
Okay,
Hole
all
in one.
Okay,
The sea was angry that day, my friend.
He was
was.
angry with that day, my friend.
Oh, so I didn't know how common knowledge that was.
Now, I want to judge you blokes. on something that happened to me yesterday.
All right.
Alrighty. So on the weekend, I did a little cashy. Little talk for cash.
It's still happening.
Yeah, every once in a while. They gave me enough money for petrol money.
Okay.
It's just a little bit of petrol money.
That's all you want.
And they stuffed it in my back pocket.
He's driving a Kenworth.
Anyway, I passed a car wash yesterday. Remember I told you about my car wash deal, the $279 for 3 months?
I do, yeah.
It's run out.
Oh, it was up.
It's run out.
Okay.
And my car was filthy and I didn't like it. So I thought, I've got a pocket full of cash. I'll just wander in there. I get in there.
It's not the kittens, was it?
No, it wasn't the kids'
You're
car
walking
wash.
there with a pocket full of cash, you'll come out pretty empty-handed.
Surprisingly not far away from where that used to be.
All right, lovely.
Anyway, I walk in. There's nobody there.
Oh, lovely.
Straight to the front of the car.
Even better.
Get out of my car, have a look at the price list.
Yep.
I've got $100. I've got 250 notes.
Crispies.
Crisp. And the newies too, with the smaller window.
Yeah, I love them.
Anyway, so this bloke comes up to me and I say, mate, can I pay cash? He goes, sure can. And I said, I'll take the $55 wash, please. And I had 250s and he just yoinked one. I said, just one. He goes, yep.
You beauty. So you got a 10% discount for paying cash?
Yes, I got a 10% discount. I think his boss lost $55 because I think he has put that straight into his pocket. Now, this is where I want to judge you two. I walked into that cafe thinking, I like that bloke.
Because he's an entrepreneur.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's seen an opportunity.
Yep.
There was no one around and he just went, yoink. I said 50 will do.
Put the 50. Was he the boss? Was he the owner?
No, but he's the ringleader. I've been to this car wash a few times and he is the ringleader of his squadron.
He's not the general, he's probably the captain.
I think he's the captain.
Yeah, he's the one under.
Yeah, there's the captain, there'll be the coach, and then there'll be the committee.
Do you reckon he shared it with his...
No.
Yeah, I like this kid.
See,
I like him.
I walked in, my coffee in there tasted so good.
Beautiful.
Because he has done something that in a sick part of my mind I respect a lot.
Stealed.
He's stolen from his boss.
He's stealed.
So you started by saying you want to judge us.
Yeah. So
what's your question?
So are you in the same mindset as me? Would you be happy in the knowledge that your $50 went straight in that character's pocket?
Yep. I'm all behind.
You're on board.
So he saved you $5. Nah, well done, kid.
What about
well
you, grape stealer?
No, I don't think you can do it.
No.
I mean, you can't control what he does or doesn't do with it, but I don't think he should have done it, if indeed that is what he did.
There is no doubt it went in his pocket.
Well, of course he did it.
There is no doubt at all.
Well, he's a thief.
Because
no, it's not thieving.
Well, hang on, it's $50.
It was a $55 wash I got. Which
so you got a discount.
And by the way, they did a great job. The tyres were so black, I couldn't believe it. But it was a $55 wash. He didn't even think about taking both 50s and giving me 45 back.
No.
He just yoinked 150.
Yeah, he was... that's entrepreneurial.
Oh, I think you are defending thievery.
But he could be the boss.
Yeah,
so looking at even the benefit of the doubt that he's the boss, did you set him up? Because I always set my car wash bloke up.
What do you do?
I always leave a couple of coins on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Always leave 2 or 3 coins on the floor.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've told you before, I reckon there was one day I had a little plastic bottle of Chewy with 3 left, and then there was only 2 left. I reckon one got stolen one day.
Well, when you were driving out, was there a bloke blowing bubbles?
Because when I went in there, I always get a coffee when I get the car washed, and I checked my Chewy, how many there were, and I saw 3. And then I had my coffee, car washed, I threw the cup away, I jump in, reset, put the car seat back in the right place, time for my 3 bits of Chewy.
Gone.
And there were only 2.
Well, I told you what happened to Coops. Coops is my son Coops. His car got broken into at Albert Park during the Grand Prix. So when they broke in, they stole his breathalyzer. But before taking the breathalyzer...
Well, what do you mean his breathalyzer?
Well, we got a portable breathalyzer, so I bought it for him for his 18th, so that if he has a night out the night before, he just checks to make sure that he's 00 the next day.
How good a dad are you? That's Father of the Year stuff.
So anyway, it gets taken. So the box is there, but they've used 3 straws. So the thieves, before they've taken it,
I've had a crack.
Make sure they're under. So they've left the straws on the thing, and you can tell they've been used because there's saliva all over them.
Sure.
How's that for
DNA?
cheeky?
DNA.
Yeah, I asked the cops, "You want a DNA?" And he goes, "Do you know how much DNAs cost?"
How much do they cost?
I don't know. He goes, "Too expensive for a little break and enter, like a little robbery like that."
But the break and end is where it starts. That's not where it ends.
No, well, the cop said, "I'm not going to be breathalyzing. I'm not going to be testing DNA on a breathalyzer for a little break and entry."
Yeah. Hey, back to you, grape stealer. What would you have done? Gone in, had your coffee, and called the boss?
No, I wouldn't have done that. But what I'm saying, you weren't asking whether I'd approach him over it. You're asking whether I would condone it.
And if you don't condone it, what do you do?
I can't do anything. It's not like I can. You can't.
Well, you
prove
can
it.
say to him, "Hey, mate, is that going in your pocket or is it going to the business?"
And what's he going to say?
Oh, it goes to the business.
Yeah. So you can't do much about it then.
So you're happy stealing grapes when you're in the supermarket?
It's not stealing
and
grapes.
Some kid's seen an opportunity to put 50 in his pocket, and you're against it.
I do not believe it's stealing. Do you know what? I spoke to.
So if someone walked into your house and started eating your fruit that you didn't know, do you think that's stealing?
Yeah, that's
The cleaners.
Cleaners come in.
The cleaners came in and they were eating your grapes.
You come home and then you got them on vision and they've cut open a watermelon and they're hoeing in.
Had a bit of birthday cake, the whole lot.
Here's a question for you then. A friend of mine, who you know as well, Ox, told me the other day that she samples the coconut rough in the little pick and mix thing at Coles.
Come on,
No.
that is bad.
Even I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, hopefully she admits this on radio. And
She has.
she has.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Is there an alert out? Is it, the authorities know?
I don't know.
Talking of
that's
rorts.
very bad.
Talking of rorts.
I love rorts.
Hang on, before you go on to Rorts, can we back up a second? You said the coffee at the car wash was great.
Yeah, it was.
A couple of weeks ago, you were going to confront this little 16-year-old Maccas kid over your coffee.
Oh, I know, you can do that.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't go back. I should have.
No.
I should have. I'm due, today. Normally I go via it, but because we're in...
What do you mean you're due? What do you mean you're due?
Well, I would have been due to go past that McDonald's because I would have been through all the way to recording. But because we're here at Assembled Media today, the greatest media buying company in the whole world, if you need some media bought for you, get in contact. Just Google Assembled Media and we'll look after you. Because we're here, I didn't go via. But next time I do, if I see the kid, I'll go berserk.
You're talking about...
Jeez.
And you got to understand, Marko's a routine man. Like he'll travel past and he'll go to the same... You've always been routine like that.
Yeah.
You're very good like that.
Yeah.
I'm off to Bali. I'm off to Bali tomorrow.
How good.
So...
And by the way, show Third Man where you're staying. Honestly...
Just a little villa.
Life,
just a little villa.
The rich and famous.
Anyway.
Mate, it would cost $30,000 a week, the joint he's staying.
So I'm taking my mate.
Here or there?
Bali. The Bali joint is $30,000 for the week. There's 10. How many of you? 10 of you?
10 of us.
Oh, okay.
Still good.
We're paying $5,000. It's not 30.
You're only paying $5
for that.
For that palace?
Yeah, for 9 nights. Anyway, I said to my son's taking a mate, Alex. And I said to them 4 weeks ago, I said, make sure you check your passports because you've got to have 6 months on it. Anyway, checking it, Dad. And they're both pretty smart kids.
How old?
19.
Yeah,
So,
see, but they're in that headspace when you're 19 years old. You don't listen to older people, mate.
Of course you don't.
Because you know better. Old people are stupid. We know everything. That is their mindset.
So Alex sends a message through yesterday, which was a Monday,
I got a bad feeling about this.
and said,
Hang on. But you're leaving for Bali tomorrow.
yeah.
Right,
So
okay.
2 days, we've got 2 days to sort this out. He goes, my passport's expired, I don't think I can go. I said, Alex,
What a
I said, you're a smart kid.
What a meathead.
He got 95 in year 12, so he's no dill.
That's pretty good.
And he's, of all Cooper's mates,
He's the smartest.
He's the streetwise one.
Oh, is he?
Well, he's a ripper.
So he's smart and streetwise.
Oh, yeah, he's a ripper.
Oh, let's sign him up.
He's a ripper.
Let's get this kid in the door right here.
Anyway, as dumb as dog shit, however, not to check your passport. Anyway, so I said, look, you can't go via the post office. You got to go into passports, and you're going to have to lie. To get it done in 24 hours, you're going to have to tell a porky, and you're going to have to tell a good porky because they won't rush it through.
That's good advice, Mr.
And
Schwartz.
I said, this is simple. You've got a friend over in Bali who's crook, and you need to get over there.
Yep.
Actually, scrap that. You've got a family member over there who's crook, and you've got to get over there.
How crook?
No, Crook had a motorbike accident.
So, okay.
That's all. You had a motorbike accident, you got to get over there.
Lost his foot?
Pretty much. Life support, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, right.
He goes, David, I can't lie.
Oh, please.
I said, mate, it's not lying if you believe it.
That's right.
All right. So I just
It's
I
two
just said,
Seinfelds in one episode.
I just said, all you got to do, go in there and just say, look, I've got a family member over there. They're ill. I've just been frazzled with what's going on. I've just noticed my passport. I need to get it done urgently. He goes, I can't. I'm not lying.
Oh, my. What
said,
is
well,
wrong with the youth today?
I said, what are you going to do? And he goes, I'll just tell him that I said, Alex, do you want to come to Bali or not? And I said, and this is going to set you up for life. You need to learn how to bullshit. Because if you don't learn how to bullshit, because at times you've got to pull out the bullshit card.
That's it.
And Marko, you've made...
I lie every day.
Yeah, and what's your theory? Makes the world...
My lying every day puts a little bit of sunshine in people's lives.
That's it.
And makes the world turn consistently.
All right, so I got a message this morning saying it looks okay. So I ring him up. I said, what did you say? And he goes, I kind of lied. I said, what do you mean you kind of lied? And he said, well, I told him that I had a lot going on my mind and there's a couple of little fibs there. I said, did you mention the family member? He goes, no. I said, Alex.
He won't get it.
I got to, mate, if you're going to come away with me, you're going to have to learn.
This kid's an idiot.
That if we get to the Bali airport and I go up to the bloke and I know I can pay him $50 and we cut the lines, I'm going to tell a story.
Yeah.
And I want you to sit there and I want you to learn from the master on how to bullshit. He goes, all right, but he goes, it's just not in me. His dad's a doctor, his mum's a nurse, grown up in cotton wool.
No excuse.
There's no excuse.
You need to take him under your wing.
I'm going to take him under my wing in Bali, and when he comes back, he'll be, I'm telling you now, he'll be Bernie Madoff.
So hang on, has he got the passport or not?
The lady said to him, it's more than likely you'll get it.
Jeez, he's very lucky.
That's
He
not
had to pay the fast track, whatever it is. I said, mate, you should have just said, it's a family member, it's a serious accident, I've got to get over there. Everyone else is scrambling to get over there.
Yeah.
I didn't realise, blah, 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 blah.
So you talked about lying.
And that's a lie that doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I get that.
That's right.
You were talking about lying before, Marko, and you said you lie every day, multiple times.
Every single day.
What's an example of a recent lie that you've told that you could reveal, so we can judge the context and whether it is?
Okay.
It's always to do with kids. It's always to do with kids.
That's where you start.
Trish, when she asks you.
I'm trying to leave the fam out of this, to tell you the truth. No, I saw the next door neighbour a couple of days ago and he was doing his garden.
Yep.
Right? And when he was away, I had to look after his bins.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't know why I said this, but I did. I said, when I got your bins, mate, I cleaned up some of the weeds up and down your path as well. And he looked at me like I was a saint. I didn't touch his weeds.
That's so good.
I didn't touch his weeds at all.
So that's harmless.
But I just added it in, and I didn't know why that story got the mayo. You know, just taking his bins out would have been enough. But if you just add a little bit of cream here and there, he'll be looking after me when I go on holidays like his life depends on it.
Yeah. I lied yesterday. My insurance agent, because I had to do a claim with Cooper's car, did a fantastic job.
Right.
And she's a Kiwi.
Right.
And I said to her, you are the best Kiwi I've ever met.
There you go.
And she's not. She's not even in the top 5.
That's the perfect example
But
right there.
guaranteed, next time I do business with her, if I have, God forbid, I've got to make another claim, Sherry's going to be, she's going to go, he just said I'm the best Kiwi ever.
Unless Sherry listens to this podcast.
She may. You're in the top 5, Sherry, at the very worst. But I've got some great Kiwi mates.
Yeah.
So but that makes her feel good, and she can't disprove it.
That's exactly right.
She cannot disprove it.
Mate, if you go to if you have a favourite restaurant, if you're not telling them that is the greatest meal, mate, that's the greatest spaghetti bolognese I've ever had. Mate, that is the greatest lasagna I've ever had. Mate, that is the greatest steak I've ever had. If you're not saying that, your family will never get the treatment it deserves.
That's right.
When you go to your favourite restaurant, do you order the same thing every time?
Basically, yeah.
I've got a new rule with restaurants.
Oh, yeah?
I don't order anything I can cook. That is my new rule from now on.
That's a good rule.
You don't order anything you could cook.
No. So there is no way I'm going in ordering a steak because no one will cook a steak as well as I can cook it at home.
Really?
I don't care. I would have steak out once a year, maybe twice a year, and it'll be Grill on the Hill or Vlado's or any one of the really good meat places.
That's interesting because when we go to a steak place, I always go to the steak and you go to the Schnitter.
Never, ever. So I can't do palmies. I can't get the cheese right. I can't get it to just blend in.
Never, ever try to cook a palmy.
No. So, but the other thing I'll always get is a ragu because I can't do ragus. And I'm no good with risottos.
Oh, risottos are great to make.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, but I'm not good at it. I can't get the right consistency and I haven't got the time to stir. And if I can do a paella, if I can buy a paella, I'll buy a paella.
I love paella.
So my new rule is now I'll try stuff that I can't cook at home.
Yeah, that's a good rule. I like that a lot. I have rediscovered the joy, just recently, of toasted sandwiches. I haven't had one for like a year, but in the last 3 weeks, I reckon I've had 10.
Give us an example.
What type of bread?
If you've been experimenting.
What are your fillings?
Okay, so that Greek bread, the stuff that is kind of...
Turkish bread.
The Turkish bread type stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tuna. A little bit of lettuce.
Tuna.
Yeah, lettuce.
Cheese.
Of course, cheese.
Could have
but
cheese.
the tuna...
Did you say lettuce?
You're toasting
You
lettuce.
toast lettuce.
Yeah, you can put it on, yeah.
That's different.
Tomato.
Weird.
Onion.
Can I give you one little hint?
Sure.
Do your sandwich and put your lettuce on after you've toasted it.
There you go. That makes sense.
Because then the lettuce doesn't go soggy.
Yeah, I see. I don't know if you're telling the truth or lying now.
No, that's truth.
Really?
That is
Okay.
truth. No, because I do like lettuce on my toasted sandwiches, but I like it going on. I don't like it being cooked.
Yeah, understand.
Otherwise, a bit wet.
Yeah, it is.
You don't
It
want
is.
wet lettuce.
Well, okay. All right. Have you got a
last
stat
thing
for us?
then.
I've got a stat that'll blow your ears off.
Okay, all right. We will come back and do that next. And I've got something I want to put to you about your stats.
Fantastic.
All right.
Australia's hottest golfing podcast is Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
I thought I'll go and hit some balls. Go down to the range. Guess who's on the range?
Yeah, of course he
It's
is.
Tiger hitting balls. I drive the golf cart up behind him. He doesn't see me, and just plonk the cart there. Start hitting balls. He turns around and looks at me and goes, "He said, what the are you doing here?"
Talk Birdie to Me. Listen wherever you get your podcasts. This is the Couple of Blokes podcast with Ox and Marko. And wherever you listen to pods, make sure to hit subscribe and never miss an episode. We're here thanks to our great mates at the E&S Trading Clearance Centre. They're on Dandenong Road, Clayton in Melbourne. Huge savings on top quality gear. It's clearance, it's overstocked items, damaged cartons, but otherwise perfect. You'd be mad not to check them out. The E&S Trading Clearance Centre. Now, back to Ox and Marko.
I'm a scat man.
I'm a stat man. Love that. Absolutely love it.
What do you got for us?
I got one that is very close to my heart.
Okay.
That is absolutely going to blow your minds.
Ooh,
All
okay.
right, I'm ready.
The greatest breakfast cereal ever is Fruit Loops. We all know that. That is
I would've
hands down the
thought
greatest ever
Wheat Bix
breakfast
might have
cereal.
been in there.
No,
Not
as
a
a kid
chance.
growing up, Fruit Loops was number one.
Wow.
This is to do with Fruit Loops.
Righto.
Would you believe that Fruit Loops are all the same flavour despite their different colours?
What?
Bang!
Fruit Loops are all. Well, I don't think I've ever had Fruit Loops.
I don't know that I have either, actually.
I don't think I've ever had them. But that
I'm
wouldn't
more
surprise
disappointed
me.
that you haven't had Fruit Loops
Well,
compared to not having a strawberry.
That doesn't surprise me that they're all the same flavour.
What?
Mate, it's just that people lie. We've talked about this before.
Well, you get a packet of M&Ms. They're different flavours.
Are they?
Yes, of course they are. Smarties.
Are
the
you
red ones
sure?
taste different to the brown ones.
I'm not sure they do.
Yeah, I'm not sure they are. I'm not sure
please.
I'm not sure they do.
How good's your palate?
It's reasonable.
How good's your palate, third man?
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, that is a great start.
Okay. Hang on a second.
But is it?
Hang on a second. Ox, I feel we need an intervention here.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say, and
Okay.
I'm on board.
Okay, the stat this week was Fruit Loops are all the same flavour. Last week or the week before, it was about pigs not being able to look up to the sky.
That's right.
And there was something about Bert and Ernie, how they got named. Now, the thing that... Are you thinking what I'm thinking here, Marko?
No, well, they're not stats.
They're not stats. They're facts.
They're facts.
It's not fact man. It's stat man.
Yeah, but I started off with a blaze of glory about the parrots, and since I started with the parrots, I got this look from you two dumb idiots. About 60% of the world parrots belong here in Australia. And you looked at me going, oh, big deal. Well, I thought, no.
That's a percentage.
I'll give you a big deal.
That's a percentage.
I'll come out with some facts and some stats that'll blow your socks off.
The irony in an episode where we have talked about lying and you have been banging out facts masquerading as stats for the last 3 weeks, I think it's a disgrace.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, right?
There has to be a mathematical something
So you reckon
involved.
You reckon the pig one was a fact, not a stat?
It's not.
Pigs can't look up.
It's
I was
not a
talking
stat.
about a pig. I was talking about multiple pigs.
You should have
So they're
said. You
facts.
should have said 99% of pigs can't look up.
No,
And
but it's
then-
not. But
then
it's
that's a
100%
stat.
of pigs.
You know what?
Well, all right, I'll rephrase
actually,
it. I'll
100%,
rephrase it.
yeah.
100% of Fruit Loops, doesn't matter what colour they are, taste the same.
That's a stat.
So you want me to numberise it now?
Well, you-
I was trying to dumb it down for you two
Do
clowns.
not let him off the hook.
No, well, that's if there is a mathematical index to
All right.
whatever you're saying,
I'm
that
gonna
becomes a stat.
From now on, I'm going to index everything.
Do you know what the problem? I think I know what the problem is
can't
here.
look up.
I think I know what the issue is here. This is what happens when you come into the podcast hungover, Ox.
Me?
When you come in hungover,
Hey, speaking about being hungover,
Oh, what?
oh, man, I was blind for the first time in many, many years on Friday night,
Shandies?
4 nights ago. Well, I started off shandy,
Oh, don't tell me you progressed.
yeah, and I got sick of the shandy.
How many you reckon you had shandies?
I-
Honestly.
I had 3 shandies to start the night.
You're sick of them.
And then I went to-
That's only because you blowed up a lemonade.
And then I went to the hard stuff. I had straight Peroni.
Oh.
And I had about 6.
Oh.
I had 6.
Six?
6 of them. And then I got sick of the Peroni. And like the main course hadn't even. I was at the Kingston Heath annual dinner. It's a
Oh,
black
no.
tie event.
Yeah.
So-
I've been to that.
It's good fun. He's
It's-
a guest speaker or something. You must
Yeah,
have
no, I
been.
was. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like blind.
Oh. Is Trish there?
No, it's members only. So I'm absolutely blind. The main course hasn't come out.
Oh, no.
And I'm sick of beer
You're blind
already.
bubbles. Oh, don't tell me you got on the Reds.
No, I can't drink red, but I
No.
got on the Chardonnays.
Oh.
I got them to put a bit of ice in just
He's
to
gone
thin
from
it out a little bit.
Shandies to Peronis to Cardinals.
Yes.
How many Cardies you reckon you had?
I reckon I had about 5 Cardinals.
Oh, no.
Now I'm seriously in trouble. Like I can feel a limp. I'm limping.
I
When
reckon-
I've gone from table to table. I'm limping from table to table. I'm so drunk.
Now, folks, for those that haven't seen Marko and Drunk, there is one thing, if ever you want to get personal information out of Marko, when you're pissed, you have loose lips.
mate.
did you tell anyone the toaster story?
No, the toaster. Oh,
No, that comes out regularly.
I think the toaster.
No,
might
but
have popped
the
out.
thing is though, he'll and this is where you're honest.
Well,
If you've got a secret, and the problem is you don't normally remember it, but if you've got a secret, don't tell me if I'm going to be on the sauce because I'm going to tell everybody.
Oh, mate. Anyway, so I'm in the middle of it all, and this kid comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Marko, my brother," I think he said brother, "is the bloke who got a suspension at 13th Beach Golf Club."
Oh no!
And there's the selfie we took. His last name's O'Brien.
Oh my goodness!
He's a good kid. I love him.
Justin O'Brien's relation.
Mate, he's a very good kid.
What's his name? Is it Harry?
No, I don't know who that kid is. I don't.
It's Hereditaire.
Like I was blind, so I've forgotten this young O'Brien, Master O'Brien.
Yeah.
I've forgotten Master O'Brien's name.
Oh, you forgot your own name. That's right.
I forgot his name.
Now, how'd you get home?
No, I reckon his name's Harry.
You reckon that kid's name's Harry?
I do.
Well, that may well be right. He's the one who reported into you via our socials.
I vaguely recall getting a message from some dude called Harry O'Brien talking about 13th Beach. So I reckon his name's Harry.
Yeah, that's probably
you
him.
over there ripping the piss off. So I think actually that is his name.
I thought you were talking about the ex-O'Brien from Collingwood.
No.
Hereditaire.
not that Harry. It's Harry O'Brien. Anyway, so
How'd you get home?
well, hang on a second. I kept going.
What?
They have this drink at Kingston Heath called the
Southerly
Southerly Buster. Oh my God, it's such a good
Southerly
drink.
Buster is the greatest drink ever, and they come in
Pewters.
pewter tankards.
They come anyway.
Is it
there's-
tankards?
The pewters are so cold; they're kept in the fridge, and it is traditional at Kingston Heath that you don't order four. You order 4 at a time for yourself, and they sit there, and because the pewter is so cold, they never go warm.
No.
So you just go whoosh, 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 and they're so good. And after
you've
all
had,
that beer
you've
and
had
all
Shandies, Peronis, Cardonnays,
Yep.
and now you're on the Southerly Busters.
Yep.
And the Southerly Busters aren't non-alcoholic. They've got some serious kick about them.
Anyway, the Southerly Buster
Please
got
tell
me
me
going.
that-
I was
please.
back in business.
Oh, you got to
had
pep
some
up.
energy back, and the young fellas go, "Let's go out." And I said, "You better believe it. Let's go out."
You didn't go out.
I went to a nightclub for
You
the
did
first
not.
time in, I reckon, 15 or 20 years.
Silvers?
The Electric Lady Lounge.
What? Where's the Electric Lady Lounge?
It's in Chapel Street. The Windsor end of Chapel Street.
You're
terrible
kidding
name.
me.
No,
Terrible name for a night.
Can I ask what
And-
time did you get home?
2:30. That's a late one for me, folks.
Any twinkle?
Well, there was a little bit of
There
twinkle.
would have been twinkling.
There was. There was a little bit.
The
But,
Electric Lady Lounge doesn't let you leave without a bit of twinkle.
but these days, Ox, I couldn't believe what I was seeing in the nightclub. I couldn't believe it. There were girls that I remembered. There were some girls I used to dream about. And then at the bar, there were the bikey girls, right,
Oh.
who clearly...
So you went straight to the bar?
But what the bikey girls' girlfriend, they must have been mobster girlfriends.
So plastic
Oh, everything. They had everything
tattoos,
done, everything
teeth,
out,
teeth, eyelashes.
the lot.
Yep.
It was hard to look in the other direction.
Yep.
You know, have you been in that room where there's just something over there at the bar?
And lucky you
They're
were in
all lined
control.
up.
Lucky you were in control.
Well, I feared for my life because the sort of place, the Electric Lady Lounge, there were some tough human
the
beings.
Electric Lady Lounge. You know now I want to go to the Electric Lady Lounge.
Oh, it's a terrible name.
Anyway,
I think it's fantastic.
The Electric Lady Lounge.
I lasted 10 minutes in the Electric. And I'm in black tie.
Jeez, that was
remember?
quick.
I'm in black tie.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, no, in and straight home.
oh really?
It was too much for me.
Uber,
Yeah.
music loud.
Very loud music. Yes, very loud music.
Any assistance for the patrons in there?
I reckon 95% of the patrons, there was wind assistance.
Oh, goodness
just to keep
me.
them standing upright.
Yeah, goodness me.
Yeah, there's a fair bit.
Well, I'm going to give the Electric Lady Lounge a check out.
Yes, I
I don't
think you
need
should.
wind assistance, but I'll go in there and.
I think you
But
should.
I reckon if you went in there with Ralph Lauren, you'd have a better night than going in looking like a penguin.
Honestly, I didn't think we'd get in. I was going along with the boys. As soon as we didn't
What?
get in, because we were in tuxedos,
Can I ask the
I
last
would have
time-
gone straight home.
When was the last time you got knocked back at a
Never.
nightclub? Thank
Never.
you.
And
Thank you. So
I-
things aren't going to about to happen. Like,
Straight to the front, saw the
Course
big
you
bouncer,
was.
straight up to the big bouncer,
Yeah.
still felt the energy
Yeah.
required to do your business and get through the door. How many, sir? I said, there's 8 of us. Bang! Straight
and
up.
You know the other thing about that? That's
What?
where Alex needs to understand.
Yeah.
When you get to the front door of a nightclub,
That's right.
lying is your best mate.
It's the front door key.
It is the front door key of getting in. If you can bullshit to the bloke at the front door
Yep.
and you get through, your night, it just
There's
opens up.
no better feeling.
Oh,
Now, before we get on to some feedback on the show, guys, I want to, and this will wrap up that little story of yours, Mark. How did you pull up the next day?
I had the tired eyes.
Did you vomit?
No vomiting, but I had the tired eyes.
The
for
runs?
4 days in a row. To
Oh.
where I'd get home and my eyes were so tired.
So
4 days in a row.
Yeah, so this is why I asked that question, because when we were 20, 21,
Yeah.
22,
Oh, you was back.
you could go until 4 a.m. and be at work at 8 o'clock fine.
It was Friday night. I would have kept going till Sunday.
No stress at all. These days, if we have too many drinks or a few beers, I don't know about you, Ox, because you're maybe a little more piss fit. I'm rat-assed for like 4 days.
yeah. It used to knock me around a bit, but I think if you do it enough, and this is my theory, you just got to keep going.
Practice makes
You
perfect.
practice.
Doc.
You just got to drink 4 days a week and just keep it in, so you're in good shape.
Anyway, hey, it was great fun.
Well done.
It was
Well
great
done. I'm
fun.
glad
It
you
was
got
great
home
fun.
safe.
Message from Brian here. I'm thinking, guys, with the weather temperature versus the feels like that you were talking about on the pod, I'm going with whatever the CFMEU do. If the feels like is hotter, down tools. If the temperature's hotter, down tools.
It makes sense.
What is the new rule with CFMEU? What is down tools now? Is it 35?
I don't know.
Something like that. No, it
serious.
might be 32.
If it's 32, you would never work in Wodonga.
That's right.
I had 2 months of it in a row over 32 before 10 o'clock in the morning.
Message from Christo here. Gents, love the pod as always. I'm compelled to write in after Third Man got ripped on this week's episode over the tea.
Yeah, that's right.
Firstly, I'll throw my support behind lemon and ginger tea. It is an underrated beverage, but if you want to fix flu once and for all, get your hands on a bottle of Glaver. Have you heard of Glaver?
Never heard of Glaver.
Have you heard of that, Ox?
No, I thought he played tennis for Australia many years ago. Rod.
You will not regret it. Keep up the good work. And Ox, your call of the 2008 Grand Final still ranks as one of the greatest experiences of my life.
There you go.
Thank you.
That?
Thank you.
Did you call the 2008 Granny?
Yep. I called Cyril will change this game, and he did.
Did you? That was your famous line?
No, I just thought of it. It wasn't like he went in optimistically and came out misty optically.
Yeah, how good is that?
Chris
Seriously.
Emsley heard you guys...
Chris Hemsworth?
No, Chris Emsley. Chris Emsley heard you talking about the cruise you went on, Marko, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You came off the cruise with Trish and you were about, was it like 9 Ks over or something?
Yes, 9 kilos over.
Yeah. Chris has said the first cruise I ever went on was for 7 days. I got off the ship 6 kilograms heavier.
It's so easy
good.
to do. It's so easy to do.
I think a lot of people who go on cruises want to eat and eat and eat and eat, and then they hope they get gastro in the last 3 days. So they lose it all. And the chances are of getting gastro on a cruise ship is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I reckon it is too. Jim has said, Rain Parrot is never wrong.
Rain Parrot's an idiot.
Is that a weather app?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, we talked about that.
Rain!
Oh, God. I'm already off it if that happens.
I don't think it sounds like that. But I like the app. Don't you like it?
No, because if you're sitting in, say, let's just say you're sitting in Wollongong and it's raining in Newcastle. Rain!
Well, I think it probably slaves off where you are, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, it should do it within a 5K radius, not
Yes.
a 100K radius.
That's right.
Speaking of Wollongong, we've got a message from Adam who said, boys, you missed an opportunity in your Wollongong v Wodonga discussion.
Yes.
You've missed the perfect slogan, the gong versus the dong.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I prefer the gong.
The gong or the dong.
Hey, you can't say it. We'll get a letter again from, what's that West guy's name again? Whatever his name was.
Joe West.
We give him a job in here.
No, not Joe. No, the bloke who wrote to you. What was his name? Joel.
Joel West.
Joel. 2 more bits of feedback here before we spin the wheel from Dave. Boys, most outside air temperature sensors in cars are on the front bumper or the outside rear view mirrors. How can that be, though? Because if you're driving...
My
that's
mates
right.
told me about this, right?
How is
and
this
they
possible?
called me a dickhead.
Why?
Why?
Because they said everyone knows they've got sensors and thermometers on the vehicle. It's not done by GPS or through the
But if
system.
you're driving, it's going to be colder because of the wind.
Well, that's what I would have thought, but they reckon that anyway.
Maybe it's in the boot where there's no engine.
No, it's not. It's in the front near the grill. That's what
then
Nigel
if-
and all these blokes were telling me.
But it'll be warmer then because it's near the engine.
No, I don't know.
Hey, listen, wouldn't it just be easy to hook it up to the GPS and whatever tower you're next to, it actually just says a degree in that? That's how they do it. Don't listen to your mates.
Final bit of feedback here. This is from Nick. Hey, boys. Hi from your old mate from next door when sports radio was fun. Podcasts are great, just like the old days. Nick.
Good on you, Nick.
Good on you, Nick.
Righto, time for the wheel, boys.
Spin the wheel, Mark. What is it?
Oh, no. It's a drunk joke.
Oh, got plenty of
There's
those.
going to be stacks of these.
A blind man walks into a bar and a table and a door and a staircase. That's good.
That's very good.
All right, have a good weekend,
Enjoy
guys.
Bali.
See you
Thank
guys.
Bye.
And thanks for listening to the Couple of Blokes podcast with Ox and Marko. And if you get a chance to share it with a friend, that'd be fantastic. Massive thanks to the team at the E&S Trading Clearance Centre in Clayton on Dandenong Road. And if you're not in Melbourne, you can check them out online. Some massive savings. Couple of Blokes executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, and sound design from Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. We'll see you next time.